Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry. Years ago, I cleaned banks after school and I cleaned houses in the morning before school and on Saturdays. One Saturday, I was cleaning a woman's house. I had gone with an older woman. I was still a kid. And I'm cleaning, and as I'm cleaning, I noticed the woman's son and daughter were watching cartoons. And I was doing my cleaning job. I really, really was, but those cartoons were good. And I was kind of standing in the background watching a little. And then suddenly the mother walked up and turned the television off. She began to chastise me, and she told her children to go watch the television back in the den. She looked at me and said, "You need to know your place." As she was chastising me, her children had their heads down in shame. And the son, on his way out, looked back and mouthed the words, "I'm sorry." My feelings were really hurt. I felt bad. I remember telling the woman about it, and she said, "Yeah, you need to know your place. You're not supposed to be there to watch cartoons." That day I vowed that if I ever had the opportunity to have a cleaning person, I would never treat her or her children that way. Years later, when I became an instant mom of, at that time, 4 young children, I had hired a woman to help come and do the cleaning. I overheard her on the phone with her sister speaking in Spanish, and even though I don't speak it as much anymore, I can still comprehend it. And she was saying to her sister that she wanted to take this job, but she needed someone to watch her child on the weekends. Her sister said she couldn't do it. She hung up and asked me if it would be okay if she brought her daughter on Saturdays. She said her daughter was a very good worker and that she'd get the low baseboards and things that she couldn't get to as much. And she was very, very good, and she would help and she'd make things easier. And I said, "She doesn't have to clean. She can just come." She said, No. She'll come and she'll clean. I said, "Okay, bring your daughter." She brought her daughter, a beautiful little girl. She was about 10, age of one of my kids. And so I said, "Is it okay for your daughter to have breakfast?" She said, yes, it's okay. Thank you so much. So she had breakfast with my kids. They were getting along nicely. My kids were going to go watch cartoons. And so I said, "Yeah, you go watch cartoons with the kids." She'd come with the bucket, and I was like, no, go watch kids with the kids. And her mother said, no, she's going to work. And I said, "No, let her watch with my kids. Please, let her watch. They need some friends." After she finished cleaning the house, I asked her if it was okay for her daughter to stay for the rest of the day and play with the kids because they were playing together so nicely, and that she could go and finish her work and then come back and get her afterwards. The woman began to cry. She said, "No one's been this nice to me. Thank you so much." We all have the opportunity to decide who we're going to be in this life. We're playing roles in our own movie, and we can be the woman who goes around telling people to know their place. Or we can be the children of that woman who, even though they didn't have the power to confront their mother, they had the power within them to know when things were wrong and to at least apologize for it. You can play the role of me to try to ease the burden of someone else because I know how heavy that burden is myself. You can take the pain that you've endured and turn it into something better for the future. You can be the mom who willingly allowed her child to have the day that she wasn't going to be able to have. And even that takes a great deal of power. To be vulnerable, to accept the help when it's given, is also power. We all have a part to play. We have a place that we can live in. And I think to know your place, you have to create it. These young folks are creating some new places and new spaces for us to exist in. But we're not done. We're not dead. We can create some new places for us to exist in. Choose your place. Choose it wisely. And make sure you find a space that works to make this place a better one. I love you.